Hello, hello, hello. It's your boy, Dog Money. And today we're going to be going over some little bit of deck building. Um, I've been seeing a lot of posts of people showing off their deck builds, up like all over Facebook, Reddit, stuff like that. And Discord as well. And a lot of the builds, very unique. They definitely have interesting takes, and a lot of them are similar. As you can imagine, we have like the Mewtwo deck that anybody and everybody should already be very familiar with. So I have mine. There's different kinds of ways that you can build this, but I go 2 for 2 on everything except for the Mew, as you can see here. And obviously my build, it is very different, but at the same time you will always have 2 Mewtwo EXs. Some builds will have the Mew EX, some of them won't, but a lot of the times you will want to double up on the Gardevoir. This is a no-brainer deck. It's an easy win if you know how to set it up and go forward from there. Another popular one being the Charizard EX. You gotta have the Moltres. Moltres feeds you the fire energies, and you gotta open up with Moltres. Or in another way, if you open up with Charmander, and then you're gonna have to switch, and that's why you gotta have, I use Leaf, but you can also replace the Leaf for a X speed. Either way works, but like I said, deck. Whoa, I can't talk today. Deck buildy, holy moly. Um, it all depends on what you want to play and how you want to play it. Right now, the game, it is at its early stages, and there isn't a much to go around with. So the creativity here is limited. A lot of the times you're going to see decks that are going to have the same thing, and at the moment that is what is going to be. And a lot of those actually consist of, for example, in all of these that I have, you're going to have 2 of each, and this is all for being consistent throughout the deck. You're going to have 100% 2 Pokeballs and 2 Professor's Research. That is just the way it is. It's the staple of the decks. Uh, One, you want to search for your basics. 2, you want more draw power, so you have more options in your hand. Also, I play X speeds. There's always a good chance that you need a retreat due to whatever situation you're in. Do not, you know, forget that you have the option to retreat when you're battling. Retreat, can become very useful. Some of them can be costly depending on the deck that you're running. And again, it all depends what you use. Uh, for me, these are easy builds, but for others, they may not be. So, like, let's create a deck together, and for me, a nice one that I think is underrated, and I was talking to a buddy about this, is the Weedle Kakuna Beedrill. If you look at what they have 1 leaf energy. That's it. Throughout its stages, you only need 1, and it racks up a 70 damage. A 70 damage. So we're gonna obviously play a set of this. We have to, and that immediately, when rising up in the stages, you're going to have already a tough Pokemon. Obviously, type advantage is another factor. Now, something that synergizes with this. Uh, my buddy mentioned poison powder with Venomoth. And if we look here, you attack, active Pokemon becomes poisoned. 30 damage for a 1 energy. 30 damage for 1 energy plus the poison. That gives you 40 damage right off the bat. And your Pokemon that it battled with is poisoned. Not your Pokemon, sorry. Like I said, today, I don't know where I'm at. My brain is just not here today. But I'm here to talk about this. Same thing over here. I mean, this one isn't too popular. Executor. When you flip a coin, you do 30 plus. If it lands on head, so you do 60 damage. I mean, this one isn't all that great. The EX one is. You can also go with, and any other one. It really depends on how you want to run your deck. So we got the Beedrills down here, and remember, just because you have grass doesn't mean you gotta stick to the grass. There are other Pokemon cards on here that have colorless energies. So for example, we see the Helioptile with the Heliolisk. It does quick attack. It is a lightning. You can mix that in. You don't even have to put in an lightning energy for this. You can just straight up give it the grass energy, and you just stack it up for 2. So when you evolve, it can use the quick attack. So not only do you have a type advantage with grass, now you also have a type advantage in lightning. So something like this, and that's fine. For me, I like to run only 4 basics, and it's due to the format on how this game works. It's supposed to be quick. It kind of reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, where it's speed duel, and you only have 3 zones of monsters and spell or trap. And I mean, obviously, you have the other things like field spells and so on and so forth. But in this case, we are dealt with a smaller field where it's only 3 bench Pokemon and 1 active, where regularly you would have more slots. So in this one, you're supposed to have quick battles. So you want to access your Pokemon as fast as you can. So if we keep on scrolling through here, and again, the easy buildup. Up to 2 energy, you're already attacking, dealing damage. While as, EX Pokemon, for example, like Gengar, sure, it'll take time for it to build up, but the payoff is once you reach the 3 energies, you get 100 damage dealt. Same thing with like other Pokemon like Hypno. Side Punch, you do 50. But see, here's the thing. You're building up Hypno for 50 damage, and I mean, usually you're going to be doing it for the ability. But you're going to be dealing 50 damage, and you may not even succeed on the coin flip, which is supposed to keep them in the fields, and you keep on just punching them until they're out. But with the Beedrill, you're guaranteed the 70 regardless. That's all you need. And a lot of times people want to, just stick to the meta and think that, oh, Mewtwo clears. Yes, it does. It does, but there are ways to clear Mewtwo as well. And a lot of the good ones, for example, I've done one with Golem. Not this one, but the other Golem. I've done one with Marowak. These guys clear Mewtwo. There's also the Dark-type Pokemon that also clear Mewtwo. The really fun one here is the Nidoking, where this attack does 50 more damage if you have a bench Nidoking. You literally only need to run this, because you need the Nidoqueen, but we also need the Nidoking. This is all you need to run right here. Is it going to be consistent? Maybe. Maybe not. It just kind of depends how the game flows. Like I said, for me, it is going to be a bit more Pokemon and a bit more draws. Oops. But you're guaranteed consistency throughout. Now, 50 damage with already 80 on top, do the math. That's already knocking out an EX Pokemon. But that, again, the condition is that you have to have a Nidoking. So to build this, okay, you have this done, right? Say we're going to go with the Nidoking. Now you got to get your staples in. So let's see. You want to deal more damage. We put 2 Giovannis. we're limited due to the amount of Pokemon that we have here. Usually I add Sabrina, but let's see how much space we have left after we add our other staples. We're gonna go ahead and add Pokeball, Research. We have 2 more. Now, this is where you get to choose what you want to do. You can add 2 potions. You can add 1 EX. EX. X speed. You can also go back up. Like I said, add the Sabrinas. It all depends on you, and this is where you kind of give it your own flow, what works with you, and then battle, and then see how that plays out with you, and then just adjust as you go. Again, don't submit to what other people are running. It makes the game unplayable. We know that you want to win. We know you want to clear whatever event's going on, which is fine with me because I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna run the deck that also clears and gives me the medals and gives me the rewards. It's the fastest and easiest way to do it. But when it comes to playing the game, it's not about just winning. It's also learning how to play the game and how to win in different ways. Really challenge yourself when you're playing these games. But other than that, yeah, I mean, my quick example, as you can see, I made a couple of ones, and some of them are, as you see, out there. And it's because, again, they work, they are what's optimal at the time, but that doesn't mean they should stop you from making other decks that make it fun for you and work for you. And with my buddies, we play no EXs, because, I mean, that's like the easiest way to just win. We want to prolong the game. We want to think. We want to make it back and forth, have that fun, have that experience. And the more that you play the game, as the game evolves, you're going to learn what works well without having to rely so much on, what the meta person on YouTube is making. Let me see his deck profile and see how well that one's playing. Oh, this one's winning championships. Wow, I'm going to copy and paste this. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's just ruining the fun of playing the game. Again, if your aim is to win, then sure, absolutely, you do you. I'm not gonna judge, though it sounds really judgy. It's just coming straight out of the dome. It's not processing, but other than that, take my word with a grain of salt, or practice. Simple as that. But that's my rant with deck building and the theory of it and so on and so forth nonsense that I keep on blabbing about. But I do appreciate you guys taking the time to listening to me, and I would really appreciate your feedback if you have any, and if you have some deck ideas that you want to run by and share with the community, definitely go for it. I'm all for it. And if you guys want to see me show off some deck builds and try them out, I'd be more than happy to. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Please, if you can, I would really appreciate it. A like and a subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Your boy is trying to get some love and spread the love out there. And as I always say, remember, you have that dog in you.